Welcome to L&B Show and Tell. Today I have something a little different. I am part of a group of ladies who have participated in Littleluluscraps Toilet Paper Roll Challenge. And Littleluluscraps put together kits, and then all we did was to pay a very nominal fee, very small, and she mailed out the kits, and then we got to put them together however we wanted to. Now, Little Lulu is involved with your paper pantry, and they do prim swaps. And of course, I didn't know what prim was, and I think Little Lulu managed, got a few laughs out of that, but it's primitive. So we got this huge kit with toilet rolls and fabric, and I mean, like, this is leftovers. Didn't use everything. And here is our list. Whether you can see, we had to use so much. And I tried my hardest. I think there were a couple of things I left out, and one thing I threw out by mistake. Sorry. And that was the mason jar. Sorry, it's somewhere in the trash dump by now. So let me get started and tell you what I did. This is, I know it doesn't look like a toilet paper roll, but what I did was to take the rolls and cut them and then kind of try to flatten them out. I painted them and covered them with with the paper. And this way I've got a little bit more real estate out of them. And for the cover, I used the corrugated cardboard. I've always wanted to try it out, and I love the way it turned out. Look at that, I just added, I kind of peeled and then rubbed on some white acrylic paint. And I gave this because some of the items, these three items, were little tiny rolls of thread. What are they?
Spools.
Spools, thank you, hon. I can't talk or think, but he can. And so I just wrapped them with some of the burlap that came and tied it up with some white ribbon, and decided I might as well use some of my massive 2 drawers worth of sewing supplies. This is some of the lace that we had to use, and I dyed this with coffee, and then I decided to finally use my Kraft wood flourish, and I love the way it looks. We had to use the rose, and we had to use these little berries, and I kind of think it looks kind of like, oh, you know, maybe her head and some hair. And then here is the pillow ticking also that we had to use, and then I bound it with my cinch. So let's open it up and see what we've got. The other thing I had to use was the green. Looks like green, almost like a tight weave burlap. And so I had to use that. I had to use the doily. And the doily I, again, dyed with my leftover coffee, which is what I do in the morning. I had all kinds of wonderful sewing, tailoring, ephemera, and I decided to use it. Let's see, on this one, oh, this is from Tim Holtz, and we also had to use some tags. I embossed, and oh, look at this. And then the other thing that I had to use, I decided to use, I've been stashing this for such a long time, and this is Vintage Street Market, the Dimestore Vogue. And so I took it out and used it throughout the book. It came with all kinds of wonderful tags. I added the button. This is, again, something, and here's another thing that we had to use, these little tiny button brads. And of course, if you know me, you know that I love to download from Google, and so this is an old sewing club. Isn't it cute? And I guess that was a needle book. I added tape measures, and oh, here's this fabulous ribbon. Came from Michael's. I was thrilled when I found it there, and it was all the right colors. And then this over here is the background is from some old buttons. Look at that, 25 cents. And that's from real buttons. And then I just lined it, as you can see. This is all with the Vogue, which I think is so cute, huh? Okay, I won't bother doing the whole thing. And then here was also from Michaels, and this was part of the stationery that they had. Wasn't that crazy about the stationery, but I loved the envelopes. And then here is So and So Fabric Shop from Pennsylvania. This is old, probably I would say from the 50s. And this person received a 10% discount. Yay! Lucky them. And, oh, I told you I did some embossing. I got this again was the Tim Holtz. And part of the kit was some manila sheets of paper. I tried to use lots of lace. Oh, and we had to use the clothespin, which I distressed. And I added Kraft because that's what I do. This over here, this little rickrack is again from the Michaels, which is really, again, from the $1.50 bin. And then, oh, this I love. I think this turned out so cute. We had to use some of this felt to make this little flower, which I think is so cute. And so this is from a ribbon spool. And this is actually from, I think, Lost and Found. And I just stuck it on there. Thought it was look adorable. Surprisingly, there really is a lot of room. So if I decide to sell this one, somebody can really use this. And then here's some more, all kinds of fun items. These came from Michelle, these two things. Thanks, Michelle. And here is my second button, Brad. And just stick all this stuff back in here. And I just added the buttons, I added lace. And they're very thick because that's the toilet roll. And then another thing we had to use was this rusted star. So I thought it would look perfect with that. And again, more Kraft. I added some washi tape. And this was the last ribbon from Michaels. And this sewing machine came from Allison, all the way from England. Thank you so much, Allison. See, I'm using it and I love it. And this is my tribute to Singer. Look at that. Lots of tags. Over here, this is something from, oh, we had to use, see, okay, Little Lulu. Here's the little bell. I had it. Okay, and another one of the envelopes, and this has something else in here. This is from Sofro Fabrics, and again, a student discount card. So I think that's really cute. What it is I purchased something from this gal on Etsy, and it was all ephemera from someone's sewing school. And look at this, isn't this cute as a button? And this again is from Allison. Thank you, Allison. And we had to use these three little library cards. And then I added this right over here. So it says Crafted by L&B. And let's see, the stamp that I got from here actually I think again came from Michael's or Joann's. And Sewing is Fun, which it is, although I haven't opened up my sewing machine yet. My husband asked me whether I've done that yet. It was my Christmas present, and it is still sitting there, and it's April 14th. Oh my, I promise I will one of these days. And then here's another one of the student cards I added, and of course the Tim Holtz little hanger. And this is really cute. Look at this. Look at this. This is a needle book. Cute, cute. And then another thing that we had to use were the linen, and I like the way that turned out. We had to use a Pop Dark, which is what this has. And we had to use this little brass star and the pin. And then I just made this with my trustworthy, I love, love, love the envelope machine, whatever it's called. If you don't have it, I urge you. It's a great little machine. And then we had to use some red hearts. And then we had to add a quote. So I love this. Find your sense of wonder. Whether in your sewing room, your craft room, or just being outdoors. And ladies, that is it. I hope you all like it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else does. This was so much fun. I think I may do another challenge. Thank you so much, Little Lulu. You were terrific, and I hope you approve. Take good care. Bye, everyone.